Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Justus Saros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show and what you're going to get educated about the show. Click on that merchandise tab. You can take you straight to our classic logo tee and all the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Whether that's socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, makes no difference to the Renegades of Puck. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance as an independent, unaffiliated operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches with us. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Those are our primary social media platforms that we are currently active on. So please give us a like, give us a follow, and send some love our way. The YouTube channel is another place where you can do that. Subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, turn those links over to the Renegades in your life, and help spread the good word about the Renegades of Puck. We are posting all of our content over on YouTube at this moment in show history. Being unaffiliated and not with any partners, that's the best place for us to do our operations. You can also support the show financially if you'd like by scanning the QR code on our virtual tip jar there or over there, or you can just go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck. Every single dollar goes a long way to helping us building our brand new set and our brand new projects for 2025 and beyond. Super appreciative of each and every one of you out there. If you can spare it, we sure can use it. Stick taps, love, and respect to everybody helping keep this operation in business for the last couple of years. Now, listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. Time for operation number 974. It's right. Time for show number 974. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division after 62 games skated. They have a record of 23, 32, and 753 points. Has them well in the wastelands, kind of by themselves. Home ice, that's where the Predators' next game will take place against the Chicago Blackhawks. They have a record of 16, 12, and 3. The Preds have scored 164 goals this season. They've given up 207 goals against. That's a goal differential of minus 43. We'll get into the Blackhawks and the matchup here momentarily, but let's talk about the Central Division update. The Winnipeg Jets currently find themselves in first place at 90 points. The Dallas Stars making big moves on deadline day find themselves in second place with 84 points. The Minnesota Wild in third place with 76 points. The Colorado Avalanche also right there with 76 points. St. Louis Blues have 66. Utah has 65. The Predators at 53. And the Preds next to Chicago Blackhawks in last place with 46 points in the Central Division. The Preds week ahead is coming up on the West Coast mostly. Tuesday in San Jose, late start there. Friday in Anaheim, Saturday in LA, all late starts. Back-to-back on Friday and Saturday back home at Bridgestone Arena on the 18th of March versus the St. Louis Blues, and then the 20th of March versus the Anaheim Ducks. The season series between the Predators and the Blackhawks, this is the 4th regular season meeting and the final meeting this year between these two teams. Neither will be qualifying for the playoffs. Back on October the 25th, it was the Nashville Predators scoring a 3-2 victory in Chicago. UC Saros picked up the victory, going 27 out of 29. It was Forsberg, Nyquist, and Shea with the goals for the Predators. Predators, Mrazek took the loss, going 31 out of 34. On the 16th of January, the Predators faced off against the Blackhawks on home ice and scored a 3-2 victory in the shootout. Saros went 24 out of 26 and picked up the victory. Forsberg and Stamkos with the goals. Soderblom, 39 of 41, takes the loss for the Hawks. Most recently, they met on February the 7th in Chicago, where the Blackhawks won 6-2. UC Saros took the loss, going 24 out of 30. Sissons and Novak picked up the goals. It was Mrazek picking up the victory, going 31 out of 33. So the Predators on the season against Chicago Blackhawks, 2-1. They picked up 4 out of 6 possible points, and they've been outscored 10-8. For the Chicago Blackhawks, their record on the season after 62 games gained is 19-35-8. They have 46 points. They are soundly in last place in the Central Division. On the road, they have a record of 7-20-4. That's actually identical to the Nashville Predators road record at this moment in the season. The Blackhawks have scored 172 goals on the season. They've given up 218. They have a goal differential of -46. In their most recent stretch of 5 completed games, go back to the 25th of February as a 2-1 loss at Utah, then on the 27th of February, a 7-5 loss at Vegas. On the 1st of March, a 6-3 win at the Anaheim Ducks. Then a chance to return home on the 3rd of March for a 5-1 win versus LA. Follow that up on the 5th of March with a 4-3 overtime loss versus Ottawa. Friday night versus Utah Hockey Club before traveling to Nashville to face off against the Predators. Now the rankings inside this matchup, the goals for category, the Predators at 2.63 on the season, are 29th in the NHL. Chicago Blackhawks at 2.76 are 25th overall in the goals against category. Blackhawks giving up 3.48 per game. That's 29th, with the Predators giving up 3.34. That's 28th. So another comparable statistic right there between these two teams. On the shots on goal category, the Predators quite dominant recently. 29.7 shots on goal per game is 5th best in the NHL, while Chicago is only generating 24.6 shots on goal per game. That is 32nd and last in the NHL. Also 30th in the league in shots against, giving up 31.8, while the Predators are giving up 29.3. That's 25th. Special teams. The Chicago Blackhawks, for being a last-place teams, have a remarkable special teams grouping and are ahead in both of these metrics. Let's start with the power play. 19.9% conversion rate for Nashville is 20th in the league. 34 conversions, 171 power play opportunities. Over on the other side of the ledger, the Blackhawks, a 26.4% conversion rate, is 7th best in the NHL, and they have 38 power play goals on 144 opportunities on the season. They are quite skilled on the power play. On the penalty kill, 80.8% kill rate for the Nashville Predators, 13th overall in the league. 36 power play goals given up on the season, but the Blackhawks, again, better in this metric. 81.4% kill rate is 8th best in the league. They've given up 33 power play goals against on the season. So the Blackhawks have 2 top 10 metrics, and both of them are on the special teams. The Predators have just 1. It's in the shots on goal category. The individual statistics for both of these teams, and they are being affected both by injury and now by trades as well. The Nashville Predators will start there. Philip Forsberg at 24 goals and 33 assists has 57 points to lead the way. Jonathan March is at 19 goals and 28 assists for 47 points. Ryan O'Reilly 16 and 24 for 40. Steven Stamkos 18 goals, 20 assists, 38 points. The captain Roman Josi still out injured. 9 goals, 29 assists for 38 points on the season. Over on the Chicago Blackhawks side of things, Connor Bedard's at 16 goals, 33 assists, 49 points. But Tara Vinen also has 49 points. His breakdown is 15 and 34. Donato's at 23 and 23 for 46. And then Bertuzzi 17 and 17 for 34. Seth Jones, recently traded to the Florida Panthers, is 5th on the team in scoring, 7 goals, 20 assists, 27 total points. Peter Mrazek just traded at the deadline to the Detroit Red Wings. I was going to give you his numbers for being the potential starter against the Nashville Predators team, but again, he has been traded to the Detroit Red Wings. UC Saros should get the starting net for the Nashville Predators at 15, 25, and 6, a 2.96 goals against average, an 8.97 save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season. Let's get you all set up for the Nashville Predators and their next opponent, the Chicago Blackhawks. We've got to go back and talk about the Preds hosting the Seattle Kraken on Thursday night. It's the Reverse Sports Full Game Recap. It's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March 6th, the year 2025, when the Nashville Predators were facing off against the Seattle Kraken at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way: Stamkos, O'Reilly, Evangelista, Forsberg, Sissons, and Marchessault, Jankowski, Svechkov, and Smith, Lucchini, McCarron, and Weisblatt. Your defensive pairings are Shea and Blankenberg, Delgaiso and Stastny, Englund and Barron. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are 32 seconds into the first period where we find our first action, and it's Larson scoring his 5th goal of the season, putting the Seattle Kraken on the board. 1-0 was a rebound, put back, some sloppy D-zone coverage by the Nashville Predators leads to the first shot on goal of the game going into the net. 2:06 now in the first period. It's DeCord coming with a save on Jankowski's wraparound. 3:30 mark of the first period. It's DeCord coming with a save on Mark Delgaiso at the 4:57 mark of the first. It's UC Saros coming up with a save on Ellie Tolvanen. 7:15 now in the first period. The Nashville Predators tie the game up at 1 apiece when Philip Forsberg gets his 23rd goal of the season. It was a close-range finish after a turnover by the D. As a matter of fact, the defenseman fell down, allowing the Nashville Predators a clear path to the net. Tie game, 1-1. 8:02 now of the first period. It's Larson off the box, 2 minutes for slashing, putting the Predators on the first special team scenario and power play of the game. O'Reilly would hit the crossbar almost immediately, and then DeCord would come with a save on O'Reilly, follow that up with a save on Stastny, and then follow that up with a save on Philip Forsberg. Strong power play by the Nashville Predators. 10:38 in the first period. Now Saros comes in with a save on Dunn, the 13:47 mark of the first period. Saros comes in with a save on Myers, 17:47 now. Saros comes in with a save on Montour, 18:58 of the first period. Lucchini's off the box. 2 minutes for holding. The Predators would not give up a single shot on goal over the remaining 1:02 of the period. We would hit the intermission with the Predators, and the Seattle Kraken tied at 1 apiece, and the Predators out shooting Seattle 17-5. We have a carryover of 58 seconds of power play time for the Seattle Kraken to begin the second period. The Predators PK strong again, not giving up a single shot on goal in the carryover, so they didn't give up a single shot on goal in total on that power play. 3:33 mark of the second period. It's Brady Shea with his 8th goal of the season. A long shot through traffic puts the Predators ahead by a score of 2-1. Quickly after that, 5:48 of the second period, Forsberg with his 24th goal of the season, his second of the game. The D deflects the puck in. Forsberg was trying to pass it across, and the defenseman chips it right through the 5-hole of DeCord. So the Predators take a 3-1 lead now over the Seattle Kraken. 9:07 of the second period, DeCord comes up with a save on Jankowski. 10:51 of the second, Saros comes up with a save on Dunn at the 15:25 mark of the second period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Schwartz, plus follow-up by Larson, probably the Seattle Kraken's best scoring chance here of the second period. 18:36 now in the second. DeCord comes up with a save on Phil Forsberg at the 19:52 mark of the second period with just 8 seconds left to pair. It's Michael McCarron with his 4th goal of the season. Wraparound jam puts the Preds ahead 4-1. We hit the intermission with the Predators leading 4-1 and out shooting Seattle 28-12. So the Kraken have 5 shots on goal in the first and only 7 in the second. 39 seconds into the third period, it's DeCord coming with the save on Evangelista's backhand off of the rush. Good first shift of the period for the Nashville Predators. 1:59 in the third period is DeCord coming with the save on Smith, plus the follow-up by Svechkov. 3:58 now in the third period. Saros comes up with the save on Tolvanen. 3:35 of the third period. Saros comes up with the save on Tolvanen yet again, the 8:10 mark of the third period. Stamkos off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. UC Saros has to come with a huge save on McCann, then another save on Montour. The Preds PK gives up some pressure and shots against, but does not break. 11:37 of the third period. Forsberg now off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Saros comes up with a save on Dunn, and then Saros comes up with a save on Wright. But just before the end of the power play, McCann capitalizes with his 16th goal of the season to cut the Predators' lead to 2. The Nashville Predators lead 4-2 here in the third. We hit the back sheet, and we go to 15:17 of the third period. UC Saros coming up with the save on Schwartz at 17:15 of the third period. Luke Evangelista's 6th goal of the season is an empty net goal. This puts the Predators ahead 5-2, but that would not be the final activity Because in 18-13 of the third, Estermont, newly acquired by the Seattle Kraken, scores his 6th goal of the season, a close-range redirect, making the score 5-3 in favor of the Nashville Predators, and that would be your final. The Predators outshoot the Seattle Kraken 34-25, so the Seattle Kraken able to generate 13 shots on goal in the third period, which is more than they had in the first 2 periods combined, and they do get themselves on the score sheet there late with Estermont, but the Predators come away with the victory, and they do pick up a win on home ice, getting 2 points. For the Predators, it's a 2-game winning streak. Chicago Blackhawks up next. It could be a 3-game winning streak before you even know it. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've got analysis, we've got box score, we've got so much more coming up next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness, and that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Now it's time for some analysis, some opinion. Then we'll get into the box score. We'll close things out by updating everything that happened at the trade deadline. As far as the Nashville Predators are concerned, I'm not going to sit here and run down the entire trade deadline. I will just say I watched entirely too much coverage of it. UC Saros goes 22 out of 25 in this game. Another not great but good enough night from UC Saros. A light workload overall, only 25 shots against, 22 saves, and 8.97 save percentage on the season is just really not good. 15, 25, and 6. That actually means 15 and 31 on the season. Goals against average barely under 3. A save percentage under 9 is really bad, but not great, good enough. The Nashville Predators come away with the victory over the Seattle Kraken. UC Saros does enough. Philip Forsberg does pick up 2 goals. Great to see him back on the score sheet now. 5 shots on goal as well. 24 goals on the season. He leads the team, and he looked a little different in scoring these couple of goals. Something like whatever's been bothering him or whatever he's been going through in recent weeks, whether that was just simply taking a deep breath and getting some stress relief, being back at home. Don't know what it was, but Phil Forsberg felt a little different in this game against the Seattle Kraken, and we all know when Phil Forsberg gets hot and on a streak, he usually piles up a number of goals in a short amount of time. 24 goals now in the season. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Philip Forsberg finish the season north of 30 goals. It's something about it. Just make a mark of that. Something felt differently about Philip Forsberg's performance in this game. Felt a little more like the regular Phil Forsberg that we've all become accustomed to. Michael McCarron had a goal in this game. 3 block shots, 4 hits. The strong wraparound goal right there in the final seconds of the period. Incredible effort there by the Predators' 4th-line center, who's also been stepping up and playing in other positions at center the last couple of nights. A point-scoring streak for Michael McCarron. Yes, it's absolutely true. He and Steven Stamkos both emerging from their offensive slumber now to become juggernauts in the box score. I thought it was increasing the trade value for Michael McCarron, putting him up there on the first line, showing what he could do the night before, the game before, but it does not appear to be so because Michael McCarron, as of this recording, still a Nashville Predator. Brady Shea also picks up a goal in this game. He has 24-25 in total time on ice, and with Roman Josi out of the lineup for an extended amount of time now, this is his team. Brady Shea is a veteran defenseman. He is a leader. He has been on on a winning team for many, many years. And for the rest of the way, it looks like this may be his team. We don't have a time frame on Roman Yossi's return, but the Nashville Predators would be foolish to rush or even honestly try to get Roman Josi back before the end of this season. Let him get fully rested, fully healthy, and start next training camp next season completely fresh. He's never really had a chance to take a break in his career, and this is a good opportunity. The Predators need to work in several prospects through the next 20 games before the end of the season. But this is Brady Shea's team at this moment in time. I want to see what he can do as a leader as well. 24-25 in total time on ice in this one, and picks up a goal. Steven Stamkos, consecutive games with multiple points. Great job by Steven Stamkos. 2 assists in this one. Again, he seems a little bit different as well. I don't know. We heard some talk about the Predators maybe putting too much pressure on themselves throughout the season, and now suddenly they've shrugged their shoulders, taken a deep breath, and they're ready to just go out there and play hockey. Well, it's a little too late for that to occur to be successful right now, but Steven Stamkos, Philip Forsberg, obviously coming back home on this homestand and are performing at a decent level at this point in time. That's going to do it for the analysis portion of things. The Nashville Predators, they weren't great in this game, but they were better than the Seattle Kraken. And leading into trade deadline with all of the stress, all the off-ice stuff, the Nashville Predators coming away with a 2-game winning streak now against Boston to end the road trip, now opening up the homestand and defeating Seattle. Well, good for the Nashville Predators. It's nice to cover a couple of wins in a row. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions. We'll come back. We'll go through the box score, and we'll close the show by going through the Predators trade deadline days. We watched all of it today, and we're ready to give you the big report. It's not very extensive as far as the Predators are concerned. We're coming back next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
When it comes to the good cold hard numbers, though, the box score, Philip Forsberg led the way with 2 goals in this game. Just missed the empty netter for the hat trick in this one. Also, Luke Evangelista puts a goal in. That one was an empty netter. Michael McCarron ends up with a goal in this game. Brady Shea also with a goal in this game. Your assists go to Jonathan Marchessault, Ryan O'Reilly, Colton Sissons, Steven Stamkos had 2. Ozzy Weisblatt with his first point as a Predator. Great job right there. Justin Barron picks up an assist. Mark Del Gaizo also an assist, and Spencer Stasny picks up 1 assist. Your shots on goal leaders: 5 for Phil Forsberg, 4 for Luke Evangelista, 4 for Mark Jankowski, and 4 for Cole Smith. When it comes to the block shots category, 3 led the way for Michael McCarron and 3 for Ryan O'Reilly, and then had 2 for Steven Stamkos, 2 for Blankenberg, Del Gaizo, and Englund. When it comes to the physical component of things, Englund with 6 hits in this game after Luke Shen getting traded away. Englund, now the big physical defenseman for the Nashville Predators, paces the Preds with 6 total hits in this game. You also saw McCarron with 4, Sissons with 3, and Weisblatt with 3. Your time on ice leaders for this game: at forward, 17:36 for Ryan O'Reilly, 16:49 for Steven Stamkos, 16:01 for Phil Forsberg, 24:25 for Brady Shea, and 20 minutes even for Nick Blankenberg. The power play for the Nashville Predators was 0 for 1 in this game. Power play time on ice leaders: 144 for Marchessault and O'Reilly, 141 for Forsberg and Stamkos, 139 for Brady Shea. The penalty kill for the Predators: 2 for 3 in this game. Penalty kill time on ice leaders: 307 for Michael McCarron, 231 for Cole Smith, 205 for Mark Jankowski, 345 for Brady Shea, 343 for Nick Blankenberg. Your goaltender in this game was UC Saar.